Congressman Mark Green joins me now. Congressman, you're a doctor.
Yeah.
People who are vaccinated are getting COVID. So
yes.
Is the president just plain wrong about this?
He's absolutely wrong, Stuart. I don't know how many patients President Biden's been seeing in the last month, but his statistics are wrong. I'm talking to my physician friends all the time. There are tons of vaccinated people hospitalized right now all across America. And this 17-to-1 ratio, I did a little search this morning on Medline. I could not find any article or published data suggesting that.
Everybody I know who has had COVID or who's got it now has been fully vaccinated.
Yeah,
same
for me.
They're so-called breakthrough infections. They're not breakthrough, they're en masse at the moment. It is, anyway, I'm getting carried away here.
I know, Stuart. Think of this. If someone got polio after getting the polio vaccine,
yes,
we'd be going crazy.
Exactly. Am I right in saying that if you got the polio vaccine, you didn't get polio after being vaccinated?
100%.
But that is not true of COVID. You get vaccinated, you still get COVID afterwards. And how about this? If the death rate from this virus was like the Black Plague, 50% death rate, then I think you should have a vax mandate, but not for something like COVID. What do you say to that?
You know, I'm a freedom guy, and I don't think that the federal government, particularly the President of the United States, has the authority to tell businesses they have to vaccinate anyone. And clearly, Omicron, the mortality from that is practically zero. So this whole push is crazy, and they're not even considering natural immunity, which 60 to 70% of the studies show is significantly better than the vaccine. So you know, what's coming out of Washington, it doesn't make any sense. I don't know if maybe Hunter, or this is a question we ought to look into it. Maybe Hunter's in with the vaccine coming. I don't know, but something's going on. They keep pushing this, and it makes no sense.
MSNBC's host, Joy Reid, calling on the unvaccinated to be taxed. Roll tape.
At some point, I feel like people who are willfully unvaccinated, fine, don't get vaccinated. But they need to start to pay a little bit more of the cost of what this is doing to our system.
All right, Congressman, tax the unvaxxed. What say you?
Listen, the challenge of freedom in America is if you eat a lot of bacon, you're going to have cardiovascular disease. Now, the data suggests that you should eat nitrite meats no more than once a week. That's a medical fact. We're not telling people who overeat that they have to pay more taxes to cover health care in their older age. So this whole idea it's crazy. It's anti-American. We're not doing anything like that for any other lifestyle choices. So I think it's more of this crazed mentality, this authoritarianism that's coming out of, the far left party.
Could we look on the bright side for a moment, though? 13 million new cases in the last month. 1.4 million on Monday of this week alone. Doesn't that imply that we're getting close to the peak and we can see the other side fairly soon?
Yeah, most of the virologists that I talk to suggest that the peak on Omicron should happen within the next week. So the peak will start, trailing off within the next week. So that is some good news.
Well, will that open things up again? I mean, can we just get back to a little bit of normality if we're no longer under a threat like this?
I think there are people who are politically benefited by this thing being closed down. I mean, you look at the teachers' unions in Chicago.
Yeah.
I mean, that's an excellent example of people who are malingering and using the pandemic, trying to stretch it out for their own personal benefit to the harm of children. So I'm not so sure the hard left wants to get rid of this pandemic anytime soon.
Malingering. It's been a long time since I heard that word, Doctor, but I'm glad you brought it back. Mark Green, thank you very much for being with us, sir.
Thanks,
We do
Stuart.
appreciate it. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.